Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of May 4th through May 10th. And during that time, we'll have a first quarter moon on the 5th or the 6th, depending on where you are. And that can be a day where you might feel a little bit impulsive or impatient, where your mind's active. It's very hard to just settle down and concentrate. And then we'll move into the waxing gibbous energy. And of course, that's a little release of that energy, a little more relaxed, a little more, time for acting on your intuition and introspection and getting things done. So, we've got a couple cards flying out and we will take those. So, just to let you know, this will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter this week. So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, Capricorn, looks like we have 3 cards here for you. We will take all of those. So this week for you, meditate and contemplate. And we also have work through your fears. And emotions are running high. What in the world do the Capricorns have going on for this week? Looks like a lot. All right. We'll take a look at the tarot and see. And Capricorn, I would like to say that since my readings are free to you, all that I ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and it's super, super easy for you to do. So I will give you just a moment for you to do that right now. Thank you so, so much. And if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and helping me build a community here. I see you and I appreciate you. So, all right, Capricorn, May 4th through May 10th. Got a lot of cards coming out. I would like to say, too, my weekly reminder for this week is that you watch for synchronicities this week as the universe speaks to you. And this could be, animals that you don't always see, that maybe you see one of those. You might want to, take on the energy of that animal to tackle, an issue that you might be having, or, just kind of think about that animal and taking on its characteristics. Also, you might see repeating number patterns or songs, but these are just little breadcrumbs that the universe drops for you on your unique path, just to kind of give you some clarity. So pay attention to those this week. All right, Capricorn, May 4th through 10th, and we will, let's see, your overall reading cards again. Meditate and contemplate, work through your fears, and emotions are running high. All right, let's see what the Capricorn Collective has going on. We've got 10 of Wands coming out first. So it looks like you're at some sort of ending, some sort of final push through to get to an ending here. So let's see what the other cards have to say about that. Your current situation is the Sun energy. So, something is ending, but it looks like a happy ending. So, you're in this place where, it's some endings can be sad. It looks like this is not the case. This looks like something maybe you've been working on and it's like, oh, this is finally over, and you're feeling really good about that ending. At the root of your situation is more Wands coming out here with the 8. So things that are happening very rapidly, and it might be, again, that things are just kind of coming out quickly as this ending wraps up, that things, how there's kind of a snowball effect. If you have a project or something you've been working on, and as that snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, things just happen quicker, right? You're just collecting more things, but it feels like that kind of energy, that kind of just rapid things happening in order to get that push finally through. In your recent past, we've got the 9 here of Cups. So you're definitely, having some success as you're coming into this, and maybe being a little bit self-indulgent, which is just fine. Kind of just enjoying things on the planet. That's good. On your mind this week is the 5 of Pentacles. So feeling a little bit like an outsider somewhere in this. You're in a happy place, but there might be something, and this could be maybe financially. This is the first time we're seeing Pentacles show up. So it could be that you're feeling like, and I want to say maybe undercompensated for this thing. You've had this final push through on something, and you're feeling like, that maybe I should have had a little more coin in the hand here. So you're happy about things otherwise, but that might be a place that where you need to improve that. What's just in front of you this week is the Page of Cups. So you've definitely got your sense of humor working this week, and maybe that's why you're maybe feeling that, but you're still pretty happy about the outcome. And so When it comes to money, sometimes all you have to do is ask. So if you're on a project and this is something wrapping up, just make a note of that for next time. Is next time ask for more money. And in your advice position is the Page of Swords. So a couple of pages showing up. So um, and because this is in your advice position, this to me is like that you're moving into like a new way of thinking. And this could be because you've just learned something that coming out of the cycle that you're in. And it could be just that thing that I said, that you need to speak up, you need to ask for more money. If you're feeling like that was one place that was lacking as you wrapped up this project, again, meditate and contemplate as you kind of evaluate this wrap up, work through your fears. Maybe just take notes and see, what were you afraid to ask for more money this time, and work through that so that you're bold enough to do that next time. And also, emotions are running high, and I don't see that those are negative emotions. And it could be just, tears of joy with the sunshine, that, but those emotions are high. It's when you do come to the end of something, there's, and if even if it's a happy ending, there can be a lot of emotion there, so just manage those if you can. What is beyond your control this week? Yep, time to think about the future now. This thing is wrapping up, and it's time to think, okay, what's next on the agenda? What's next for me? What's my next project? Maybe not time to take action on that, but you're at least starting to think about that as this cycle wraps up. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid? Here we go with another two. So this is coming together, and kind of open. This could be a card of friendship. This could be someone that you've either met, or someone that comes to you this week, or someone that's been a part of this project. And, is it your secret desire to kind of continue that friendship, or are you trying to avoid this person? So that'll be your big question this week. And maybe, that's part of sometimes the emotions of when things do wrap up, is that if it's some sort of project and now will move on to the future to another project, that sometimes there's people that are left behind. And it could be friends that you've made and you thought, it's a little sad, it's time to move on, but that person won't be on the next project or whatever. But your big question this week is, do you want to continue with this friendship, or are you totally trying to avoid that? But that's something that you will need to confront this week, make a decision on, and then do something about, of course. In your outcome position is Ace of Wands, just in time. So just in time to wrap this up. Here comes your next project. And it seems like a pretty good flow with this. A lot of wands happening. Let's see. I guess we've got every element um, represented here. I like this Page of Cups. Means you're definitely going to keep your sense of humor about everything all week, even though, like I said, emotions are running high, because it does seem to be a wrap up. What is hidden from you this week, Capricorn? Is the Knight of Wands. So perfect. While you're thinking about this new thing that's coming in and thinking about the future, and maybe you've had this new idea, no action yet, and you might just need a little bit of time to rest and meditate. You just kind of process this thing that you've just been through, before you pick up. You've got the idea already in your head, but maybe it's not time to take that action yet this week. We're just gonna kind of let that sit, let the idea stay there for a little bit, and maybe you just need a breather. Maybe it's time to just kind of sit back and relax a little bit, Capricorn. I know Capricorns, you guys tend to be very goal oriented. Maybe it's time for a weekend away. Let's relax a little bit before you just jump right to the next project, right? It's okay to breathe occasionally. And in fact, as I'm doing this reading, I'm feeling like this kind of rapid, I'm trying not to speak quickly, but I do feel that I am. And I don't mean to on purpose. That's just the energy that's really coming through for this reading. And I do feel like that could be a little bit of your energy this week, is like, okay, we're done. Let's go. Let's move to that. So take a breath. Take a breath. Maybe there's time to kind of evaluate what you've just been through before you pick up and start on the next thing. So, okay, Capricorn, let's get a final word here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final word for Capricorn. I hear all of my neighbors are starting to mow right now. It must be yard work hour. Do what you love is the first card that's popping out here. And let's get another card here. Be decisive. Do what you love, be decisive. Things that I don't think any Capricorn is going to have a problem doing. Pay attention to these cards up here today, Capricorn. Meditate and contemplate, work through your fears. Emotions are running high. As this thing wraps up for you, again, you've already got an idea of where you're headed next, but just take a day or two, take some time off, go do something that you enjoy. You've just come out of this era of indulging. Maybe you just went on a vacation or something, and you've already kind of done that, but take that time in between these cycles and in between these projects to just have a day or two to just indulge and relax so that you can kind of regroup before the next thing gets going. So, Capricorn, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. If you're comfortable letting me know, what is it that you just wrapped up and what are you looking forward to? Or how did you relax this week? If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below and let me know. I do post readings every week, so come back next week. We'll see if you relaxed and we'll see what's happening with this next project, this new cycle that you are about to approach. So, also, if you like my reading style, of course, please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel, and most importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So, thanks so much, Capricorn, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.